Hi everybody, it's Patti and Debbie from Print and Pixel Studio, and today we have a very interesting video. We think so anyway. It all started out because the original video that we were going to do turned into a total disaster. It was a process that we were going to try that we had seen on YouTube of transferring images to tea bags. I don't know why it didn't work for us. We spent all day yesterday trying to get it to work, and no, there was no way that we could work the kinks out and get it to work. So we just said, forget it. And as we were saying forget it, I had previously brought a piece of tinfoil over to Debbie's because I wanted to show her. I had made a pot of soup in the Instapot, and the lid I was using for something else, the glass lid that comes with it. And so I put a piece of tinfoil over the top of it while it was cooling. And then after it had cooled, I put it in the refrigerator and I left this top on it. And look at the color. Of course, it didn't emboss it, but I mean, look at this color. It's kind of like a bronzy, I hope you can see it in the light. I'll move it around to kind of get a look of it. But it's kind of a bronze color. And so I said to Deb, I said, we got to be able to do something with this because it's so cool looking. And so we went ahead and embossed it, and we thought, yeah, that's really cool, but, I don't know. We'll see what we can do. So in the meantime, we didn't use this piece because when we did emboss it, we noticed that we had a whole lot of little holes in there. So we thought that wasn't a good thing. So in the meantime, we came up with some other ideas. Oh, and I was going to point this out. I tried to recreate that same color because I still like it on another piece. And I put boiling water in one of those Pyrex like lasagna pans and then put this on top. And it did change the color. It's not as deep as the other piece, but it still is a neat color. So if you want to use something that's not so shiny, silver, that would be a way that you could come up with that color without doing some other coloring method. So anyway, this is what, after all morning, well actually last night and this morning, this is what we've come up with. This is the first piece we did. And when we did it, we thought, oh my gosh, this is a winner here, And like Debbie says, winner, winner, chicken dinner. But anyway, it looks like, what would you say, Debbie? Kind of a iridescent satin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the light is picking this up. And can you look in the camera and see if it shows? And maybe if it doesn't, maybe I can do it. Does it? Mm-hmm. Okay, good, great. Because it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, we couldn't believe it when we saw it. And what this is a piece of tinfoil. Now, we didn't have the heavy-duty foil. We have the regular foil. So we folded it so that you had 4 layers to work with. So what it is, it's a tea bag glued onto aluminum foil. Now this one, we glued a piece of cardstock on the back so that when we embossed it, there would be a paper backing on it so that it would be easy to add a backing onto the card if you were making a card. As we go along, we'll talk more about this and tell you what we've actually come up with. So anyway, it's basically, that's all it is. It's a piece of foil folded in fourths so that it gives it, you fold it in half and then a half again, and so that it gives you the thickness to hold the embossing. And then glued a tea bag over the top. And this is what you get. If you don't put any color on it, this is exactly how it comes out. Well, I mean, there'll be slight discrepancies because each tea bag is different. But as far as color and that kind of thing, this is basically what you're going to get. So Debbie's going to go ahead and emboss this one for us, but we wanted you to see how it's layered. And we didn't, it's not glued down. We just folded it over 4 times. And the only part that's glued is the cardstock glued to the back and then the cardstock on the front. Now, we haven't done this tea bag, I'm sorry, tea bag on the front. We haven't done this method yet, so we're all going to find out how it turns out. But while she's doing that, I'll show you some of the other pieces that we made. So let's see, we saw that one already. Now, these were besides, this was the first one we did. And then these two were just the plain tinfoil. We wanted to see what kind of an effect we could get with that. These are tinfoil, and they're inked over with Tim Holtz, his permanent mixed media ink, it's called. And the colors here are, I think this is, ground espresso, or cafe espresso, and what's the other one here? Ground espresso. Okay, ground espresso and cafe espresso. And these are the colors you get, and they're really, I'm hoping you can see these in the light. They're really pretty. Now, it did miss a couple places here. Oh, I'm sorry, I need to backtrack. We did put on top of the foil, we did add a layer of Liquitex matte medium. And the reason that you see a couple spaces that don't have the ink on them is because when I put the matte medium on there, I missed those spots because I was using the wrong kind of brush. The best brush to use is the rubber, the little thin rubber brushes. Sponge brushes, yeah. Yeah, these little guys. This is the best. And you don't need to pile it on. You just put a thin layer on, let that dry, or blow it dry with a hairdryer, and then you can ink over it, and this is what you get. Did that come out? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Now look at this one. This is interesting. This is real interesting. Look how white it came out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder what tea bag that was. That came from what? Well, actually, no, it's not. It just looks whiter. It is a little bit whiter. But look at the color in that. That is gorgeous. Ooh, I love that. It just looks like satin or silk or something. Really pretty. And it's not inked or anything. I mean, this is just the tea bag. Well, you saw it, the tea bag and the foil. Cool. So that'll be nice because that'll give you something that you can, put on the back. And it wouldn't need to be cardstock. You could use regular, paper.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. I like how it turned out here. Yeah, neat. Okay, so let's see. Where am I here? Okay, so here's another one that we did. And don't pay any attention to this tag because this is the one I did and I got it off center. So it's a little collywobble down here. But the technique is what we're showing you here. And this one is not cardstock on the back. What was on the back of this one?
Napkin.
Huh?
Napkin.
That's right. Thank you. Okay, so this one, we wanted to see how we could back it with a fibrous material, but not heavy like cardstock, so that we could pick a colored cardstock afterwards to back it with, like we did here. So we took this one then and added a layer of this old napkin from, I don't know, some fast food place, and cut it to size and put it on the back of, we had the aluminum foil. Here, let me get a piece of this. Okay, so it would have been the aluminum foil, tea bag, napkin. So we just glued the glued the tea bag onto the front of the aluminum foil, turned it over, glued the napkin onto the back of the aluminum foil, then ran that through the embosser. And that gave us a piece of foil that had the napkin on the front and then the tea bag on the back so that we could easily glue a cardstock or some kind of backing onto the back of it. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Huh?
Because you said the tea bag on the back, but the tea bag's on the front.
I said the tea bag on the back? Oh, I'm sorry. God, forget it. We've been making a million of these today, as you can tell by my fingernails. Okay, it's teabag on the front, napkin on the back. Always remember, teabag on the front. That's the only thing you have to remember. Teabag on the front. And then whatever you want to put on the back is fine, but teabag on the front. So teabag on the front, napkin on the back, and then emboss it. And then it comes out so that you have something on the back that you can easily adhere to another cardstock or paper or whatever you want to put it on. Does that sound good? Okay. This is why I was never a teacher. So then the next one we want to show and tell here is, let's see, this guy. This guy is a tissue paper lid. Okay, this guy is a tissue paper lid. And he's a little collywobble here because I made him last night, and I was so excited with doing the tinfoil thing that I didn't pay attention to how square it was. And it obviously wasn't very square. But like I say, these are our first attempts at it, and basically we just want you to see the techniques. So here we went ahead. I just put a piece of tinfoil over this lid. I had previously cut out the paper in the inside. Okay, put a piece of tinfoil over the lid and then embossed it. I just glued the tinfoil on and embossed it, did nothing else. And then, and it came out great. So then I thought, ooh, you know, it was in this color, of course. But I thought, ooh, let's try and ink this. So that's what we did this morning. We again put a coat of Liquitex on it and then went over it with, I think this one is, what do you call it? Vintage photo. So I just kept inking it till it got the look that I wanted it to be. And then took one of our pieces of artwork and stuck it in the middle and then backed it with one of our papers. And it came out really cute, you know, not paying attention to the fact that it's not straight across there. But like I say, we're just trying to show you the techniques here today. But it works out perfect on a tissue paper lid. Okay, then, let's see. Oh, this is a cute one. Okay, so then, this morning, I had made some ginger tea. Because in my back of my mind, I was thinking, you know, I made ginger tea the last time, and as I recall, the tea bags came out yellow. Well, no, it wasn't the ginger tea that came out yellow. The ginger tea comes out white, but it's the
turmeric.
Yeah, the turmeric that comes out yellow, and it comes out a gorgeous yellow. So if you do turmeric tea, save your tea bags because they really come out great. But anyway, when I was looking, you know, when I opened the tea bag, I thought, oh, wow, this has foil on the inside, which I hadn't really paid much attention to before. And I will tell you that all tea bags don't come with wrappers with foil, but this particular one does from Publix. And so I thought, gee, I bet you could do something with this. So I remembered that Debbie had these little tea bags that were square. And so I brought these over this morning and we tried it. And we just glued these little tea bags on here like this. And on these, I barely glued in. Oh, I will tell you this. We cut out the back piece of it. It was already torn to remove the tea that was inside. But so we went ahead and just kind of semi-cut and tore the back of it off, kind of rough-like, not real precise. And then just glued along the edges mainly, and just a tiny bit of glue in the middle. You don't need much at all. In fact, it's better on all of these if you don't, along the edges is where you want most of your glue. You don't really need that much in the center of them, so be kind of light-handed with the glue. So anyway, we glue this down onto here, run it through the embosser, and here's what we got. And it's totally adorable. And then we got some of those little, off of Amazon, we got some, and we'll link them below. We got some of those little pinky shears. we're still waiting for the larger size. I guess gone are the days of order from Amazon and get your order the next day. It's been like 2 weeks. But anyway, they're really cool to use, and it gave such a cute edge to this. And how cute is that? That would be a cute little package tie-on, or, you know, anything in your journal. You could make it into like a, you know, paper clip, invisible paper clip or something, but cute. Anyway, you can see how cute that looks. And then Debbie, we did a couple more of them just to see, and she watercolored these, and look how gorgeous they came out. I mean, there's just no end to it when you sit down and you think, gee, what if we do this? What if we do that? You know, and look at them. They're gorgeous. Really, really pretty. And here's the big one that she did. Look at this. Look at this. Now, did you do the whole thing in green, or is it just showing that way?
Just kind of hit here and there with the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on everything.
But this is just watercolor. And you just used regular watercolor, just water and...
Right here.
Yeah.
Dollar store watercolor. I don't know where...
No, this is...
No.
I bought this. This is Michael's.
It's just
I don't know what
regular
brand it is.
watercolors.
Yeah, but it's not fancy watercolor. It's just basic watercolor. But look at that. Is that gorgeous? I mean, you know, it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like satin, you know. It's just beautiful. And talk about simple. And then let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, yeah. Okay, here's one now. This is just the same method. It's just the tin foil. We glued the tea bag onto the front and embossed it. And then, oh, wait, I take that back. We glued the tea bag onto the front. We put it into the embossing machine, and then I took a piece of our famous pink tulle that we have miles of, and I laid it over the top of the deal. And what I had originally thought, gee, maybe it will emboss itself into the aluminum foil, and I won't have to worry about gluing it. Well, no, that didn't work. But who cares? Because look at, I hope you can see this up close. You can see the pattern of the netting over the top of the design. Super cool, super cool. And then I took a vintage photo again and went over the whole thing with the ink and this brush. That's how I inked all of these, is with the little dollar store makeup brush thing. And it's comes out very similar to what Debbie got with the watercolor. It's almost exact same color.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's vintage photo, if you can believe it. Yeah. Cute, 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 cute. So then I thought, ooh, let's try this. So here we did the same. Now, you'll see most of these are the same design because we only have like 3 embossing folders, but now we're going to get tons more, like we say in every video when we try something. Now we're getting more. But this is the same thing. It's the aluminum foil tea bag. Now here, I placed another tea bag on the back because I thought maybe if I do the tea bag, then that on the back, then that again will give me a surface that's easier to glue to than the aluminum foil. And it did. Now this is still sticky because we just did it, and it's not really dry, but we were anxious to get it for this video. That brings up another subject. When you make these, when you glue your tea bags or whatever you're going to use onto your foil, let it dry overnight, because you'll be much happier. This is going to dry. It's sticky because it's still wet from the glue. It'll dry, in a day, maybe 2 days tops. But if you let them dry overnight, then they're ready to go for embossing and everything the next morning, and you won't have to worry about it. And I know sometimes that's hard to do. It was for us. Or you can use the hair dryer. But here in Florida, and especially today, our humidity is so high that things don't dry that fast. So if we leave it overnight, it's good to go. That's what we did with some of the other ones that you saw. Okay, so we got napkin or tea bag on the back, tea bag on the front. And then took this lace, or netting, excuse me, and put over the top. And I was hoping that the little stars would imprint on it, which they did not do. But look at that great pattern. Look at the netting in that is fabulous. And even this strip down here where it didn't emboss, it looks like satin. So there's a cool strip for, adding, making a little, maybe a little ruffle or whatever out of it, because you'd cut that off, or you could leave it on if you wanted to. But you got plenty of stuff to make a tag or a journaling card. You don't put a solid back on it. Or
the color is so pretty.
I know.
On
Oh,
those.
okay. Good thing you said that, Debbie. Okay, this has no color on it. This is how it came. This is it. There's no paint on here. There's no ink on here. This is it. You can tell how excited we are about this. Okay, this is this. Yeah, can you believe it? Walmart iced tea bags. Plain old, no flavor, no nothing, just how they come, plain old iced tea bags. And this is how they look in real life, just like this. And when you take the tea out, if you don't make it first, it comes out just plain white. But once you make the tea, it turns the tea bag pink, right?
Yes, it's so beautiful.
Do we
Really
have
like
one here?
dusty. Yeah.
Yeah. Here it is. Here it is. Look at this. I mean, talk about, trash to treasure. This is it. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me. I just got so excited with it because there's just like everything we tried. I guess after yesterday, when everything we tried failed, we were living the dream today because it just, you could put it on anything and it comes out fabulous. And the secret to it is the aluminum foil and the tea bag. Or you could use the napkin too, because look how good no, this is tea bag. Where's the one with the napkin?
I don't think we have one.
Yeah, I put a backing with the napkin on it. Somewhere here. I don't know. Wherever it is. Anyway, one of them hasn't. This is the tea bag. Yeah, we had one with a napkin, because remember, I was debating on which side to show, because, it was this one. But you can't see it because we've glued over it. But this one came out with the napkin, and it looked so great that we were tempted to show the side with the napkin. But I had not paid any attention to gluing it. I just kind of I had not used Yes Glue on it. Oh, and that's another thing. I had just kind of casually glued it, and the glue line showed, so we didn't use that side. But I'll tell you, try these napkins because they look great. Single ply, and that's how they come. I mean, they're just fast food napkins. And they look really great. So I'm sorry we don't have one to show you. I should have left it open so you could see it. But anyway, try it because they work. So let's see. I guess, is there any other ones that we haven't? Let's see. We have.
Those are the tea bags.
Yeah.
Tea bags.
Yeah.
Those how those.
Yeah, this is just the basic guy. That's how he comes out. The tea bags that we're using, I'll show you how to put this one on, but the tea bags that we're using, this one doesn't have a lot of stain to it, but most of them are your typical stained tea bags. And you just open them up and lay them down. That's the other thing about the iced tea bags from Walmart. They're wide, so you get a really good.
Got the family size.
Yeah, the family size tea bags.
Yeah.
And they're super inexpensive, and you get a great result. And I'm just nuts about this netting. I'm going to try lace and everything on there.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, gosh.
So anyway, all you do really here is get a little piece of paper. Now, we use Yes Glue because Yes Glue says that you can glue to metal and paper and fabric and everything else. So we thought the safest way was to use Yes Glue. However, I did use, as an experiment, we tried glitter glue, and it works. And I saw someone else on YouTube that used Elmer's glue, and that worked, and a glue stick. Now we didn't try that, huh?
Elmer's glue and a glue stick?
Well, not together, but
Yeah.
but yeah, used a glue stick and Elmer's glue, and it worked. So who am I to question it? If it's good. But anyway, in our case, we didn't. We used, if I can get enough out of here. So the deal is, make sure that you get the edges. That's the touchy part, because and again, it's not that touchy because I did have some that along the edge it kind of lifted. So I used a little glitter glue, in the place where it was lifting, because it was easy to get the glitter glue in there. And I just put a little bit of that in there and then flattened it down. Oh, and another thing is, we're not finding any problem with these flattening out. So you can see how easy it is. Basically, it's just put a little bit of glue on there. Get on there, buddy. Where's my little hair? Okay. Now, if you're using a bone folder, it's kind of, you got to be careful because it's, you'll rip your bag real easy. But I like to go over the edges with it. Don't you find that works for you, Deb?
Yes.
So, because like we say, the edges are the part you want to be careful. Because that's where, as in anything you make, like when you do the wax paper technique and all that, it's the edges that come up. Okay, now we're not going to emboss this because it's not going to be dry, but basically that's it. And another thing about these little square tea bags, what kind of tea was that, Deb? Do you remember?
The little square ones are, I think, chamomile tea.
Chamomile? Yeah.
Don't ask me what brand.
Okay. Well, anyway, the little square guys. And the other thing about taking the backing off, like you can see here, and making the little framework look at how cute that is. It's two-toned in there, It's not all just the same color. And that's it. Now, when that gets embossed, it seems like it might be a little loose here. I might just put a little glitter glue in there because it's hard to get enough of the yes paste in there. But if you're doing a solid piece, do the yes paste and put it on your tea bag. Yeah, there we go. Okay, he's good. So then after that, you just take him to the embosser after he dries and emboss it, and you come up with these. And they couldn't be cooler. I mean, look at this. They're so simple to make, and the items that you need to make them are so inexpensive, and most people have them around the house pretty much.
Yeah.
So I don't know, we were just thrilled to death with it. We had so much fun with it today. Like I say, as you could tell from my fingernails, I got all kinds of ink all over me. But you can make tags, journaling cards, great for greeting cards. And we've even taken and pressed really hard to try to get the design to flatten out, and it doesn't. It's good in there. And if you use, especially if you use the heavier duty tinfoil, you shouldn't have any problem. But yet these are on, this stuff with the paper backing, and they seem to be fine too. You can smash them all down and everything. But it's not like you're going to be beating on these or anything, And I'm sure they'll make it through the mail and stuff like that. And even if they do, even if they were to flatten out a little bit, the pattern would still remain. So, I think you could have a lot of fun with these. And I guess that's all we had to say about it. But we had a lot of fun, and definitely get the Walgreens or the Walmart iced tea family style, because you get a great pink.
Yeah. There's,
I just adore that pink. And yours with the watercolor, I think that's so cute. Look at that. I mean, my gosh, perfect. And just in time for springtime, too.
right. I mean, there's just the things are unlimited what you could do. We could keep going and going. And
Oh, I
going.
know.
And if
I know.
anyone comes up with some ideas, be sure to share them. We love hearing
Right.
what inspired you and where you ended up.
Yeah, what you came up with.
Yeah.
And the fact is, it's all made with, basically trash. I mean, the aluminum foil, you probably want to buy that, but even if you didn't, if you had some left over, like those pieces that I had from cooking,
That'll work.
yeah. So, yeah, I just think it could be a lot of fun. And we hope you guys got inspired by it. So we'll talk to you next time.